getting the spiky effect more from the reverse. Because my computer's here though, I'm going to take this into the bathroom and do it so it doesn't make everything sticky. Okay, as you can see, the hairspray has been applied and it's quite effective. Gives it a very startling look. The grayness you see, it's actually just the moisture from the hairspray. Once it dries, it's gonna the moisture is gonna leave. You still might have a bit of a silver tint, but I think it brings out the hair in a more dramatic fashion. I am going to be painting black some of the leftover latex. So before I do that though, I'm just going to go around and sort of remove some of the latex droppings that came from when I did the modifications. One thing about that is once this stuff dries, you have to be careful, because once you start peeling it, you risk peeling off the entire coating that you've done. For example, if I started peeling off this, it would peel off the whole ear practically. So I'm just going to go for this little spot here, and you can see the stuff is very dry, sticking very good. Up here in front, there's kind of a little booger hanging off the nose. So I'll just go ahead and cut that, give it a more flush appearance. Some of the bumps I want to keep though, because it adds character to the mask. Once it's painted over, it's going to give it a far more rugged feel that I'm going for. Okay, so just going to get rid of some of these imperfections in the latex. For example, the nose here, you can see how one nostril is totally stuffed up, and I'm going to go ahead and open that one up. It's not that necessary, but just to kind of make things more uniform, I'm going to go ahead and do that. Just get a small pair of scissors and cut right into it. There we go. It's now roughly more or less open on the nostrils. So now for one of the most critical parts of the transformation. Michael's eyes are a lot different than Spock's eyes are, and see how Spock's eyes are kind of wide towards the arc of the nose, giving it a kind of droopy, almost sad look. Michael's eyes actually are much more ovaline or almond in shape, so they're not as round. They're more like so. They're more elongated. And I was going to paint black to give it that effect, but because there's such a pronounced ridge along the eyelids, what I'm going to do instead is just do a little bit of surgical precision cutting to first get the more proper line of the Michael Myers mask, so that when I do add the black highlight later, it's won't be thwarted by the thick ridge of the eyebrow, rather the eyelash. So what I'm going to do is just kind of go a little more than halfway and just kind of make it a little wider cut than the original mask. You see there, that's more of a elongated Michael Myers eye, and I'll even improve upon it later when I paint it. It's kind of hard to see the difference right now, but it's going to make a huge difference later. Okay, there we are. Both eyes have been modified. They're more elongated now, giving the mask a little bit more of a serious look about it. He still looks kind of sad, as you can see on the side over here. I'm going to just do some painting touch-up later with that. But as soon as the hair dries, I'm going to go ahead and paint the leftover latex black. As you can see right over here, it's quite pronounced. And yeah, we're going to need to cover that white. Actually, latex dries almost like a flesh color, a little lighter than that. Okay, so painting hair. The main reason I'm painting the hair first is because it being black, Michael Myers, the rest of the face is essentially white, and of course it's easier to first paint the black hair instead of having it drip onto the white paint and having to redo the face later. I'm just going to finish up with the hair. Now it's important to not press down on the hair too much. What you want to do is kind of press into the hair with a little bit of paint at a time, just covering up anything that's not black or anything that really stands out. And you don't want to just load it on. You want to do just a little bit at a time so that you don't lose the texture of the hair. It is good to have the little dreadlock texture here and there, so it's okay if you overdo it. Just be sure to not overdo it too much, or it will ruin the effect. So I'll just go ahead and finish with this and then show you how it looks when I'm done. Another important point is if you paint over some of the glue that we put on there earlier, the dried glue, it'll help to cover up anything that's still noticeable. Now, Elmer's glue does dry clear, but it's still good to kind of dab paint over it to help hold the wig, you know, give it more longevity, makes the thing overall more firm, holds the hair in place, and also, you know, gives it that natty, weathered, homeless dreadlock kind of look that Michael Myers had from living his very, very difficult life. You know, his physical condition must have been very grueling. Okay, mission accomplished on the painting of the hair. The coolest thing about this is that this is rubber mask paint, and so it's actually sort of rubberizing the hair. It did diminish from the spikiness just a little bit, but what it's going to do is make this thing last a very long time. You can wear it out. It can withstand the elements, and you can see here I've got a couple nice big spikes coming off the back. The profile is coming along really good. This black hair here came from the previous Spock hairline, and I don't really want to bother pulling it off. I'm going to be painting a little bit into it, but I actually kind of like it. It gives it more of a rough feel when you look at it from more of a profile. It gives it more of a wild man, scary mountain feel, kind of like Michael Myers was in Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. Sort of a mix between a mentally challenged psychopath and a mythical wild man psychopath.